Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. Another paid request this time from Walker. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And Walker, he wanted me to react to his favorite movies, and he said part one, but these are my favorite movies. Give me your thoughts, why you agree or disagree. I mean, it's your favorite list, so don't matter what I say, but I'll do my best. Now, he wrote quite a bit of them. If I went in depth on them, this would be like an hour-long video, but I'll go through them. He didn't put them in numbered. I guess he just made a general list. So let's see. His favorite movies of all time. Casino Royale. I mean, I like the film. It would not. I mean, it wouldn't be in my favorites list. I do think the pacing falters at times. Even when I watch it again, I don't know if this film needed to be this long. At times, there's some spots I thought was kind of slow and kind of wishing for it to get going a bit. It's not my favorite James Bond film, but I do think it's a good introduction to Daniel Craig. Skyfall, I do think that's Daniel Craig's best Bond film. It is not on my favorites list for no particular reason, but I do like Skyfall. There's just other movies I enjoy more, but definitely one of the better James Bond films. I would put it in my top 10 James Bond movies. My personal favorite is GoldenEye. No Time to Die. Someone asked me, would you ever review it? I'm like, it's a 3-hour movie where James Bond dies at the end, along with other bullshit. Do I really want to see the film? I'm sure if it's a lot of money, I'll review it. This is 3 hours long, but again, if it's a good chunk of money, sure, I'll review it. But 3 hours, and then James Bond dies from the shit they stole from Metal Gear Solid. Fucking, it is like, if you look at what happened to Solid Snake, what the virus they gave him in Metal Gear Solid, it's the same shit. Speed with Keanu Reeves, absolutely agree. Love that film. Exciting, thrilling. Really brought Keanu Reeves to the next level. Yeah, wonderful villain role by Dennis Hopper. A great idea, a bus. When the bomb starts, if you go below 50, 55 miles per hour, it explodes. Great set pieces, whether it be the elevator bit at the beginning or the subway bit at the end. Well done effects. Yes, there's moments of ridiculousness, like the bus would not be able to jump that gap. But I mean, you're with the film. You're having so much fun with the movie because of A, B, and C reasons. Even when you get to damn, that wouldn't work. What? It's damn stupid. I buy into it. Love Sandra Bullock. Great score. Just an exciting, thrilling movie. Love the film Speed. One of my favorite films of that year, of '94. Captain America Winter Soldier, good choice. When did that come out? Let's see if I can't tell. But it's definitely one of the best Marvel films. I'll put it that way. Even if you don't like superhero movies, I would definitely recommend Captain America Winter Soldier. The way Chris Evans approached the role, the way it incorporated the plot of the film with a man out of his time trying to fit into modern sensibilities, the way it put in characters like Falcon, Anthony Mackie's character, as well as Black Widow, I thought was appropriate and didn't feel forced. The action scenes were exciting. Some of the fun stuff of the way he used his shield and The elevator bit where he's kicking everybody's ass. There's some fun action scenes. It didn't feel like they stopped for comedy every 5 minutes, and that diluted the plot. It felt a bit more serious, as it should. And even the bit with the Winter Soldier and some well done choreography. Like I said, very solid movie. It's easily one of the better Marvel films. Baby Driver, I like the film. Again, is it a favorite of mine of all time? No. But I do like Baby Driver. I thought some of the car chase scenes were well filmed by Edgar Wright. I thought the music he chose was appropriate for the film. I didn't mind some of the actors like John Hamm and Jamie Foxx. The lead guy was there, and in retrospect, it sucks that Kevin Spacey's in it for how much of a dirtbag we found out he was. But like Edgar Wright, I would say I still prefer Shaun of the Dead. But that one I did have fun with. Enemy of the State with Will Smith, nice choice. Will Smith and Gene Hammond worked well together. I like Gene Hammond so much. It's sad that it takes so long for him to get into the movie, but when he does, it's definitely a great asset. Rest in peace, Tony Scott. And for Tony Scott films, I would say I like Beverly Hills Cop 2 and The Last Boy Scout more. But Enemy of the State is a good one. Midnight Run, nice choice. Robert De Niro, Charles Grodin. I like the way they worked with each other. I like what was his name? The guy who was in Beverly Hills Cop, John Ashton. Hey, look! And he keeps sucker punching. De Niro keeps sucker punching John Ashton's character. The way De Niro, at this point, had not done a ton of comedy. I mean, he was in a film called The King of Comedy, but not so much comedy like this. But he adapted to it fairly well, which later he would get Meet the Parents, which I think is on your list. Yeah, it's on your list as well. And he handled it fairly comfortably. And Charles Grodin, may he rest in peace, he fit that role. They had good chemistry with each other in Midnight Run. The Golden Child, hell, that's one of my favorites as well. I got the Blu-ray right there. That's actually my favorite comedy of all time. I fucking love The Golden Child. Love it. Love, love, love The Golden Child. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. Love that film as well. John Candy, Steve Martin. The whole bit with Steve Martin going crazy in the airport. I don't appreciate you letting me in the middle of fucking nowhere. Fucking keys to a fucking car. There's a fucking there. And across a fucking highway and a fucking runway. For you to smile on my fucking face. I want a fucking car right fucking now. I still laugh even thinking about it. And just how sweet John Candy's character is. How him and Steve Martin worked so well together. How John Hughes, at that point, usually did films with teenagers. But this is kind of him graduating to doing more, working with adults, and he could handle it just as well, if not better. Nice sweet ending. When you find out what happened with John Candy's character, and there's hope for that. Nice work of the soundtrack. Do 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 do. A great Thanksgiving movie. Easily one of the best movies dealing with Thanksgiving. Wedding Crashers, I disagree. I didn't think that film was as funny as people make it out to be. I thought the film was actually kind of mean-spirited. Owen Wilson, I don't think was that likable of a character. Neither really was Vince Vaughn. Like, the characters really were not that likable. I didn't really think it was funny. I didn't think it was funny that Vince Vaughn's character just got raped over and over again by a lady, and that's meant to be funny. I just don't see the humor in that. I don't see the comedy in that. Owen Wilson's character just seemed either whiny or just ungrateful or just being a dirtbag of a friend. What is Vince Vaughn's character's going through. I didn't buy the love story. I didn't think either of them deserved their happy endings. I didn't. I don't know what was really funny about the film. Uh, the more I think about it, the more I kind of hate the movie. I think when I reviewed it, I was being kind of easy on it, but the more I think about it, the more I think it just fucking sucks. I'd never care to see that film again. It's a piece of shit. The more I think about it, it's a piece of shit. Easily one of the more overrated comedies. One of the most overrated comedies, I would say, is Wedding Crashers. Because when I saw it, again, if I think about it now, fuck that movie. Suck my ass. Mission Impossible Fallout, damn good sequel. Again, of all time, I don't know, but it's a really damn good sequel. A lot of exciting action sequences. The whole bit with the helicopter that he's going after Henry Cavill. The way that was filmed is just insane and crazy, and the way Tom Cruise doing all these dangerous stunts, and the idea of credit where credit's due to that. One of those few franchises that actually is doing well and succeeding with competently made, successful movies that ain't trash. So yeah, really did like Fallout. Die Hard 1 and Die Hard with a Vengeance, 100% agree. They're classics, what more can be said? It's Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance. I like all four Die Hard films, because there's only four to me. Genuine Chained, I don't mind the film, but I thought that, again, had some pacing problems. I like Jamie Foxx, I like Leonardo DiCaprio, I like the very big, gory blood squibs, it's just insane. I like the usage of the music from They Call Me Trinity at the end of the film, which is, I love that movie. I think that film, though, is just way too long. It's like, what, 2.5 hours long? I don't think it needs to be that damn long. I think there's a lot of stuff that could be cut out and tightened in terms of pacing. And I think that does hurt the film for me. Wolf of Wall Street I do love. I mean, if it's like top 100 movies of the past 10 or 20 years, then that would probably be on my list. It's one of my favorite Scorsese films. I think Leonardo, great cast, DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Matthew McConaughey. Very interesting story, but it's also pretty funny at times, pretty crazy and quirky at times. I think, who else was it? John Bernthal was in that, and a few others. That's a pretty fun, entertaining movie. I did like that one. Whiplash, effective, dramatic work with Miles Teller. J.T. Simmons is very, very intense. So intense that it'd be hard for me to watch it again. But that is a good film. Again, my favorite of all time list? No, but that is a good film. So, I mean, really the only film so far I disliked is Wedding Crashers. Genuine Chain, I'm like, eh. No Time to Die, didn't see it. But you got Demolition Man, absolutely agree. Love Demolition Man. Stallone, Wesley Snipes, The Three Seashells, Taco Bell. Great use of satire, very prevalent to what you would see in today's age with the PC Brigade. Tango and Cash, love that film. One of my favorite buddy cop films of all time. What's FUBAR? Fucked up beyond all recognition, that's what. Stallone and Caruso were excellent together. I wish we could have seen a sequel in the 90s. That would have been great. I mean, you got Jack Palance, you got exciting action scenes like the RV from hell, or however they call that vehicle. All the stuff in the prison, fighting all the prisoners. A lot of fun. Great story by Harold Faltermeyer. But do 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 do. Commando. Another. Again, absolutely agree on that too. This Commando. This green beret gonna kick your ass. I ate green berets for breakfast. I'm very hungry. I don't shoot you between the eyes. I don't shoot you between the balls. Come on, beat it, throw away the cheating shit gun. And put the knife in me. Got no knife, but put the knife in me. Kick-Ass, I warmed up to it. I used to hate the film. Now, I could watch it, but I'm not big on the lead character. In fact, I think Hit Girl and her dad, played by Nicolas Cage, are much more interesting characters. The lead character I don't really care about. I don't care about his ordeal. I don't care about how lame he is. He stupidly gets Nicolas Cage's character killed. I'm just not a fan of the lead. That actor did a better job in Bullet Train, in my opinion. Bad Boys for Life. I mean, I liked the film. I would say I actually like Bad Boys 1 and 2 more, though. I like Bad Boys 3. Or Bad Boys for Life. But yeah, I would say I like the first two more. Because the first one I think is funnier. And the second one I think has more insane, exciting action. Bad Boys for Life I'd probably say has the better drama. But I mean, it works well. And it was a nice surprise of a movie. But the action felt a little bit lacking compared to the previous Bad Boys films. There was some nice action, but it didn't feel as big or as crazy as it could have been, considering again the other Bad Boys films. Inception, that's a great choice. It's my favorite Christopher Nolan film. I love how the plot, the story, the idea of the film, the way the special effects are utilized with the dreams within dreams, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, what you find out about his character, and the woman he loved, and I thought that was nice realization as the story works up to that. Great score. Really did like Inception. It was like the one Christopher Nolan film I really, really like. I don't mind Memento. Batman Begins, I'm not big on. Sorry, I've never been a fan. I think the action scenes are subpar. As in, I don't think Christopher Nolan... For Batman, he didn't know how to shoot a fight scene. It's poorly edited and fight scenes. You can't understand what the fuck's going on through any of the fight scenes. So I don't think he's as great of an action director as some people make him out to be. Also, I think him as Batman, his voice is so atrocious, so annoying. Fucking cancer voice. It's just so distracting. It takes me out of the movie. It takes me out of the Batman character. It's called Batman Begins, and I'm laughing at Batman. Just a bit. Not very hockey pants. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Indiana Jones 1 through 3. Can't argue that. Love all 4 Indiana Jones films for me, but those 3, can't argue. Master Zorro, good movie. Frailty, great movie. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Very cool story, especially when you find out what's going on. Won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but the story's about a guy who has 2 sons, and he believes God has told him to kill these people because they're demons. And one son believes his dad, one son doesn't. The twists and turns it takes are actually worthwhile and made the film much more interesting. And Bill Paxton, for a film, I think it was the first film he directed, and he did a good job acting as well. Very interesting story. Matthew McConaughey's in it as well. Powers Booth, good cast. Seven, solid movie. Misery, another solid movie. Meet the Parents, very fun comedy. K9, I'm a sucker for K9. I like that with James Belushi. That that's a movie I had a lot of fun with. Dread, it would be on my list. I fucking love Dread. Saw that in the theater in 3D. It was a great experience. With Carl Urban. Mama, start the law. I'm the law. See, that's a way of doing that voice much better than what Christian Bale tried to do in Batman Begins. True Lies, classic. Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill Volume 1, Scarface, Shawshank Redemption. I mean, Shawshank Redemption would be on my list. Scarface would probably be on my list. Really like Kill Bill Volume 1. True Lies is great. One of Arnold's best. Forrest Gump, I like Forrest Gump. Gladiator from 1992. Nice, interesting choice. Cuba Gooding Jr. Deals with kind of like boxing. Remember some of the music and some of the choreography of the action scenes are actually well handled. The bit of an underrated film, that Gladiator. If you say Gladiator, you talk about the Russell Crowe film. That one I actually like more. Man of Steel. That I do not like Man of Steel. I think that's a piece of shit. I think Superman's a piece of shit in the movie. I think he's an asshole. I think he's a stuck-up prick. I think that he has a stank face. I think he has no humanity. Man of Steel boner, more like it. He destroys the city more so than Skynet would have done. If he dropped a nuclear bomb into the city, it would have been an upgrade. So many times he could have taken... I know he tries to take the fight out of the city, but I think he could have tried harder. I think he could have tried better. The amount of destruction of that city, it's like 3 Hiroshimas. You don't... Other than Lois and maybe one... There's a lot of times it's like... I keep picturing the bit where he's walking towards the bad guy, and the bad guy throws this vehicle. Now, Superman would catch the vehicle, but he just moves out of the way, lets the whole thing blow up behind him, the fucking building fall down, but he just keeps on walking. Like, this is the cool thing to do. Because Zack Snyder wanted to have the cool shot. That's what he cared about. Destroy half of Smallville, then destroy half of most of Metropolis. Like, when it got to the bit when he's kissing Lois Lane, and they're in the middle of, I don't know, the fallout. Like, you look around, there's like a wide shot. It looks like, again, Skynet just dropped their bombs to take over the rise of the machines. And instead of Superman looking for people, saving people, seeing if people are hurt, now I'm going to take the moment to breathe and just, let's kiss Lois Lane. Like, what the fuck? Same with, when he throws down that spy plane, you ain't watching me. I'm watching you. I'm like, fuck, what an asshole. I thought Zod was laughable. I will fight him! I will fight him! I didn't care for the look of the film. I didn't care for the way he did the flight sequences. They just felt jarring. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Felt more like a video game. And I like the music, the main theme. Down, down. And I don't think, maybe it's not Henry Cavill's fault, but just, I thought there's just a shitty start to a Superman franchise. I hate Man of Steel. Fucking hate it. So I would say, most of these films I enjoy, except Man of Steel, I thought sucked. No Time to Die I didn't watch. Wedding Crashers, the more I think about it, just sucks. Tit-Tats I'm not a big fan of. Batman Begins I'm not a fan of. Oh, Tit-Tats I warmed up to. I do deal with, but it's not nearly a favorite of mine. Batman Begins I thought sucked. I do. I think the film sucks. The new Batman I like 10 times more than Batman Begins. Love that the Golden Child's on the list. Love that Speed is on the list. Demolition Man, Tango and Cash, Commando, Shawshank Redemption, Starface. Say hello to my little friend. Love Starface with Al Pacino. You die now, motherfucker. True Lies, Dread. A lot of good choices. So, pretty cool. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.